Welcome to Wild Heart Yoga Holistic Healing for this experimental Yin Fusion class. I call this an experimental class because we'll be learning how to take small movements, adjusting our poses in order to increase our body awareness, to really listen to the body and figure out how small adjustments and movements can help us find better positioning in our poses to have a more effective practice. So this class is going to have some flowing movements and poses, as well as some yin holds where we'll be holding poses for about 3 minutes in order to release those deepest layers of fascia and connective tissue, as well as release stored emotional energy. So if you're ready, let's begin seated at the back of the mat. You can cross the legs or just have one leg in front of the other, however is most comfortable for you today. Let's take a big inhale into the low belly, making sure that the spine is straight. And exhale as you drop the shoulders down and away from the ears. Go ahead and take a few slow and controlled breaths here as you just scan through the body. Take in any sensations you're feeling. Just taking note of how you're feeling before we get started today. Any areas holding tension, stiffness, discomfort. Inhaling into the dantian, the low belly space, feeling the belly rise. And sigh it away, imagining any tension, discomfort, stress melting out of the body, making that exhale long and slow, all the air leaving the lungs. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and reach the arms up toward the sky. And exhale, left fingertips to the mat, reaching over with the right arm, taking a side bend. Inhale, arms back up. And exhale, right fingertips down, bending to the other side now. Inhale, back to the center. And exhale, bending to the left, allowing the head and neck to be heavy too. Inhale, reaching tall, and exhale, stretching to the right. Inhale, back up once more. Exhale, bend to the left. This time as we inhale, we're going to make a half circle, sweeping that right arm in front of us and taking it to the other side. Left arm up, bending to the right now. Again, inhale, half circling to the left as the right arm comes overhead. Just one more time each way. Inhale, taking it back to that right side bend, feeling that side body release with your exhale. And last time, inhale as you sweep the arm back over to the left side. Deep, slow exhale as the right arm reaches overhead. Wonderful job. Release the arms. We're now going to place the hands on the knees and begin taking a few seated cat-cows. Take an inhale, making sure the spine is tall and long. As you exhale, begin to round through the back, allowing your weight to drop you backwards a bit, opening up between those shoulder blades. Inhale, arching forward, chest and face opening up toward the sky. Exhale as you round, dropping back. Inhale, looking up, chest opening, arching through that back, making this movement feel good for your body, moving at your own pace, staying connected to that breath. Let's take one more. Inhale as you open up the chest toward the sky, arching the back. And exhale, rounding, opening those shoulder blades. Wonderful job. Release the hands on the mat in front of you now. Just bringing yourself over onto the knees, bringing the big toes together, and then sink it back into child's pose with the arms extended ahead of you, chest and forehead melting toward the mat. Maybe rocking side to side a little in this child's pose. Just really noticing how this is feeling on your back and hips, maybe even the shoulders. Noticing how these small adjustments or movements change the sensation. Let's take an inhale into the Dantian. As you exhale, begin to round forward into our cat pose, pressing the hips forward. As you exhale, lead with the hips as you begin to round back into child's pose once more. So inhale as you wave yourself forward, just dropping those hips as far forward as feels comfortable for you today. And waving it back, leading with the hips, trying to roll through the spine, through every vertebrae, making this movement feel good for your body. Just moving at your own pace, moving to the connection of your breath here, bringing that deep awareness, mindfulness inward. When you're ready, finish in your tabletop. Then lift the knees as you begin to lead with the hips, pressing your way back into down dog, keeping the knees bent here for a minute. Then beginning to extend them as far as you can while maintaining that flat spine. Begin to take some micro adjustments here, maybe moving the hips side to side, maybe shifting the hips forward and back, walking out your dog. Again, playing around with this, feeling how these adjustments affect your body. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, begin to rotate the elbows as if pulling them down towards the mat. Just noticing how this opens more through the shoulder blades or changes the sensations in the back. In this practice, we are going for functional alignment, not aesthetic alignment. So if you need to change the positioning, have your arms a little wider or narrower, maybe the wrist turned out slightly. Do whatever feels best for you and for your body today. On your next inhale, go ahead and reach that right leg up toward the sky, just extending it upward as far as you can. As you exhale, begin to bend that knee, flexing the foot, and rotating the hips outward so you're stacking the hips here. Then let's take a couple circles in the forward direction. Just beginning to open up the hip, bring in a little movement and mobility, and then take a few circles in the opposite direction. Just noticing if one way feels better or more stiff than the other way. Then let's extend back into our three-legged dog. As you exhale, step that right foot forward to the front of the mat. Go ahead and plant the hands to the mat in front of you and heel toe the right foot toward the outer edge of the mat. Allow that foot to rotate onto the outer edge, the knee falling away from the body. If this begins to feel difficult at any point, you can always lower that back knee to the mat. Begin to take a few shifts of the hips side to side, maybe moving the shoulder in toward the knee, away from the knee. Perhaps waving the chest up and down. Just playing around in this dragon with wing pose for a little bit. Noticing how these adjustments can change the target area. Once you find the spot that seems to be speaking to you, that needs that love and attention, then see if you can find stillness there. Maybe you're up on the hands, maybe down on your elbows. We're going to hold this pose for 2 minutes before going into a different variation of our dragon pose. Inhale deeply. Imagine drawing that breath into those areas of stiffness and tension. As you exhale, let go of any resistance you find yourself holding, allowing it to melt out of the body, surrendering a little deeper here. Mind and body both present in this practice. Energy flows where attention goes. So notice where that tension is. Bring your awareness to it. Bring that energy into that area. We have less than a minute left here, so I will leave you in silence to go inward, to listen to the wisdom of your body. Great job. When you are ready, go ahead and bring your chest back up and heel toe that right foot more back toward the center line again. We're going to take a different variation of our dragon now. So go ahead and place the hands on the hips, and I want you to think about tucking that tailbone under as the pelvis tips forward. And here we're doing kind of like a Kegel motion, pulling that pelvic floor upward. So we're drawing the belly button into the spine, engaging those deep core muscles. Just notice how this small tilt of the pelvis can take this a little bit deeper. And here, make sure that the hips are square so they're not opening up to the side. This can make your practice a lot more effective when you just take these small adjustments to make sure that you're in the correct form. So let's reach the left arm up to the sky as we inhale. As you exhale, begin to bend to the right, playing around with how far the chest is tipped forward or back. Again, noticing how this changes the target areas. And if you can't reach the floor with the right hand, you can always place your hand on a block or anything else you have around the house that might work. We're just going to be in this pose for one more minute. So breathe deeply, drawing that energy and breath into the psoas and hip flexor area. As you exhale, surrender a little deeper. Maybe you can bend a little deeper, making sure those hips stay square to the front of the mat. Great job, you guys. When you're ready, gently step your way back into a down dog. Just noticing how this feels different than our first down dog did. Feeling the difference between the right and the left hip. Taking any movement here again. Maybe inhaling as you bend the knees. Exhale, extending the knees. Inhale, taking that small bend. Exhale, extend. When you're ready, go ahead and extend the left leg up to the sky this time for a three-legged dog. Then begin to stack the hips once more, bending the left knee, flexing the foot. And let's take some hip circles in the forward direction, trying to keep the shoulders as square to the mat as you can. And change the direction, circling the hip backwards now. Just making this feel good for your body, as big or as small of circles as feels right. Then let's inhale, extending back into three-legged dog. As you exhale, step the left foot to the front of the mat this time. Heel toe the foot toward the outer edge. Allow the knee to drop away, rolling onto the outer edge of the foot. Again, take some of those micro adjustments, moving the shoulders side to side, waving the chest up and down, maybe pressing the knee away, whatever feels right. Just playing around with this here, experimenting, getting to know your body better. And then when you're ready, settle into stillness again. Bring that awareness internally. If the thoughts begin to wander, just gently usher your attention back to the breath. Inhaling deep into the Dantian, imagine pulling that breath into those areas of tension. As you exhale, let go of all that is no longer serving you, finding serenity in the stillness. Remember, you can drop that back knee to the mat at any point if this becomes too difficult to hold it up. Honor your body in this practice. Give it whatever it's asking for. Where you are is just where you need to be today. Don't force anything. Don't allow the ego to rule in this practice, but allow that internal wisdom to be your guide. We have about 1 minute left here, so I will leave you in silence once more to enjoy this moment. Awesome job. Gently lift the chest up once more again. Heel toe the foot back toward the center line, raising the chest up. And once more, let's shift those hips, tucking that tailbone under, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the belly button into the spine here. And maybe you're gonna sink the hips forward a little bit. Shift them side to side, squaring them off. Then inhale, reaching the right arm up toward the sky. As you exhale, take that side bend to the left. Playing around with dropping that chest further forward or opening it up more toward the sky. Feeling how this changes those target areas. And let's settle in here. 1 more minute. Stay connected with the anchor of the breath. Breathe through any discomfort, allowing your breath to tell your body that this is just a sensation that will release with time and surrender. Awesome job, you guys. When you are ready, find your way into down dog once more. Again, taking any movements that feel right, rocking the hips side to side, walking out your dog, maybe bending the knees and extending. And then when you're ready, take a few steps to the front of the mat. We're going to take our ragdoll now. So go ahead and grab opposite elbows, allowing the upper body to be heavy, the head and neck heavy. Maybe keeping a soft bend in the knees, especially if you have any pain in that low back. Perhaps rock side to side here. Maybe walk out the legs a little bit, extending one, bending the other. Once again, listening to the body, playing around with this. And then find stillness when you're ready. Just allowing everything to be heavy, allowing that spine to decompress, that neck to decompress. We're going to stay here for 2 more minutes. Inhale deep into the dantian. As you exhale, let go of tension. Maybe melt a little bit deeper. Maybe extend those knees a bit more with each exhale. Our fascia is very slow to release. It takes at least 3 minutes to begin letting go. So this is why yin practices hold poses for such a long time, as well as to offer that meditative state of mind in the practice. But releasing the fascia is so important because it goes around and through everything in the body, holding it all together through organs and veins, ligaments. It's also where many of us store emotional energy physically. So taking the time to release fascia can be so beneficial for our health and wellness. A little over a minute left here, so once again, I will leave you to enjoy the silence. In your own time, gently step those feet toward the outer edges of the mat, pointing the toes outward slightly, and begin to sink yourself down into a yogic squat, making sure the feet stay flat on the mat here. Playing around with how wide the legs are, especially if you're having difficulty keeping the heels to the ground. And if you can't get this low today, maybe sit on a block or something to give you a little boost. Let's inhale, lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, maybe use those elbows to draw the knees a bit further away. Just rock side to side a little. Just making this feel nice for the hips. And whenever you're ready, settling into stillness again. This is a great pose to practice our Dantian breathing, because it's hard to breathe into the chest when we're in the squat. As you inhale, feel that low belly rise. Exhale, let go, surrendering here. Inhale, relaxation into the body. And exhale, letting go of anything that isn't serving you in this moment. We have less than a minute left here. Great job. When you are ready, let's place the right arm on the inside of the right leg, fingertips to the ground, and begin to twist at the belly button as you open the chest, looking up toward the sky. Maybe reaching that left arm up toward the sky, or placing it on your knee to help you twist deeper. Or maybe if it's within your practice, you want to take a full bind here, reaching that right arm around your right leg and meeting your hands behind your back. Take any micro adjustments you need here, and then settling in, we're just going to hold 1 minute on each side in this twisted yogic squat. This is one of my favorite poses. I think it feels so wonderful for the low back. It's a great gentle compression for our internal organs as well to stimulate digestive health. Breathe deeply here. As you exhale, let go. Maybe twisting a little deeper if you can. As you exhale, gently untwist. And when you're ready, go ahead and take it to the other side now. Using the left arm and the inside of your thigh to help you twist to the right. Maybe reaching that right arm up toward the sky. Using it on your leg to help twist you deeper, or perhaps taking the full bind. Inhale deeply, drawing that breath into the spinal cord. Exhale fully, surrendering, letting go of anything you don't need. Great job. When you are ready, untwist and gently find your way onto your back. Slight tuck down and back of the shoulder blades, palms facing up toward the sky. Just feel the echo of the pose, noticing any changes of sensation, the gentle buzzing of energy through the body, through the hips and groin. And to counter our outward hip rotations we've done, when you're ready, go ahead and bring the feet up, planted to the mat. Bring the knees together and just heel toe the feet away so the hips are falling inward, the knees just resting against one another. You're welcome to leave your arms at your sides here, or if you'd like, you can reach them overhead, just getting a nice full extension through the chest and the arms. Fully relax the body here, allowing everything to be heavy, finding a deep state of relaxation. Notice the belly rise with your inhale, and notice it fall toward the mat with your exhale. We have about 2 minutes left in this pose. While we're here, go inward, just noticing how the body is feeling, how the mind is feeling since we began this practice. Just 1 minute left here. If your mind has begun to wander, just gently usher your attention and awareness back to the breath, maybe scanning through the body once more. Great job. When you are ready, go ahead and extend the legs, finding your way into our regular Shavasana now. Once again, feeling the echo of the pose. With your next exhale, letting go of any residual tension, resting deeply here for just a little bit longer. Many of us live such busy lives and fast-paced lives that these short moments of stillness can be really difficult to get used to doing, but can be so beneficial to help balance the yang energy of our life. relaxation and calm into the mind and the body. Exhale, feeling your body heavy as it melts into the mat beneath you. I'd encourage you to stay in Shavasana even longer if you have the time today. But if you're ready to finish, get on with your day. Then when you're ready, turn on to your right side and meet me seated at the center of the mat for a closing breath together. Let's inhale as we reach the arms overhead, stretching tall, waking the body back up. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart center, as you just bow down, acknowledging yourself for taking the time to honor your mind and body in this way today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's short experimental Yin Yoga Fusion practice. I hope it has helped you to feel like you know your body a little bit better, to help maybe make your practice more effective. And I hope you just feel refreshed and ready to tackle whatever comes your way today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to stay up to date with all of my latest classes. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you soon, my friends. Namaste.